Hello everyone and welcome back to another video with On Point Politics, your number one stop for all things polling and election analysis that isn't beholden to any mainstream media source. Hit the like button and subscribe for more content just like this. And so the former president, now the president-elect of the United States, has won with 312 electoral college votes to Harris's 226 electoral college votes, surpassing his original vote total from the 2020 election, where he ended up getting about 74.2 million votes cast. And we see right here, he's still above 50%. And more than likely, that's where he's going to stay. 95% of the ballots are all counted now. And the popular vote is still above 2. So around a 1.5 to 2.5 point popular vote win is where it's actually going to end up. I would have only been about 2 points wrong in the popular vote to the right, which isn't that bad for my first election, considering that basically nobody predicted he was going to win the popular vote, except for me and Gold Crown and a couple of pollsters like Atlas Intel, Rasmussen, the People's Pundit. I'm going to be doing a video about who was the most accurate and who was the least accurate. We'll be doing a video on that very, very soon because I think that they kind of deserve the coverage. But we see here that Donald Trump had a massive landslide victory like I predicted, and he's already starting to make some cabinet picks. He's already going ahead and starting to make his cabinet picks. And, you know, this is not going to be the same administration as the first one. A lot of these picks have mixed opinions, but a lot of them are also really good. For example, he actually just picked Kristi Noem for the role of Homeland Security. Now, Kristi Noem, as you guys all know, is known for this whole thing where she said that she killed her dog or something like that, and she was happy about it. It's a little interesting. I don't really know too much about her except for that, so I'm not going to really go out on a limb and say, you know, oh, she's going to be a bad pick. Maybe she does do a great job, but definitely a questionable one. I'm just not, you know, she is a loyalist to Trump, but I'm not exactly sure of her performance in South Dakota. All I know is that South Dakota has been a pretty good state overall. They've been doing very, very well lately. And we see here, no official announcement has been made. So it's not official. This is just a speculative pick. But we see here the appointee will be essential in carrying out Trump's aggressive immigration plans, as well as the agency's duties surrounding cybersecurity, anti-terrorism, and emergency response. Secretary of State is likely Marco Rubio from the state of Florida, the senator from the state of Florida, Marco Rubio. Now, he's had a neocon sort of past, but lately he's gotten a lot better in terms of his rhetoric. He's become more MAGA. He's kind of really gotten it together since then. And we see here that it is very, very interesting to see this pick. I wonder how he's going to do, because a lot of people are iffy about this pick. But again, guys, Trump is trying his best to pick people who are going to do the job for him, not who everybody else would think is going to do the job correctly. However, this is a much better choice than a Mike Pompeo, which he did say that Mike Pompeo and Nikki Haley are not coming back to the White House. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, I actually have no clue who this is, so I can't really say much. I have no idea. It says he's a former Army Green Beret, so that's pretty cool. Has frequently criticized China, urged NATO members to pay more for defense, and he expects Trump to push Ukraine and Russia toward a negotiated end to the Ukraine war. Okay, perfect. Well, that seems like a good start. Also, now Trump has announced Rep. Lee Zeldin, the candidate in 2022 who almost beat Kathy Hochul in the governorship race. He's going to be the EPA. He's going to be the Environmental Protection Agency administrator. So that's really, really cool. We see here, and he's been very America first. I mean, he literally contested the results as a Republican congressman from New York in 2020. So that's not more MAGA than you're going to get. A Trump ally who ran for New York governor 2 years ago will ensure fair and swift deregulatory decisions that will enact in the best way to unleash the power of the American business while at the same time maintaining the highest environmental standards. So this is great stuff. Stephen Miller apparently was a really, really great choice for Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy. So that's going to be very, very interesting. Miller was a senior advisor to Trump in his first administration and one of the architects of some of his most controversial immigration policy, including family separation program. And one of the best picks of the night, is Tom Homan for the border czar. This is the best. Tom Homan. He is the guy that if you've seen him online, he's the guy who said, oh, of course there is. Because the lady asked him, like, oh, is there any way, you can, not separate families, the poor families separate? He goes, of course there is. You can do poor families together. Like, the guy is just absolutely, the guy's awesome. The guy's incredible, incredible. So I'm very, very excited to see how this ends up. I think he's going to do great. I believe he was a part of the first plan. So he was a part of the first administration. UN Ambassador Elise Stefanik, a much better upgrade than Nikki Haley. Apparently her voting record's been pretty iffy for the most part, but she's always supported Donald Trump. And at the end of the day, when you're there, you're not doing the job just to do the job according to you. You have to basically propose the policies that the president wants. That's why he's hiring you to be the ambassador. Chief of Staff Susie Wiles. So his campaign co-manager, Chief of Staff 2 days after his election week, marking his first administrative pick. Wiles will also be the first woman to hold the position. So Susie Wiles is the first Chief of Staff. A lot of people are happy about this. I mean, I don't really necessarily have a strong opinion. All I know is that she's respected by both sides of the party, by the Jeb Bush side and by the MAGA side. So that'll be very interesting to see. We also see here Attorney General Trump is expected to overhaul the Department of Justice and staff with its political loyalists who could blur the line of independence between agency and the executive branch, potentially by carrying out Trump's wishes to prosecute his political enemies. Guys, this is just mainstream media talk. Senator Mike Lee, Mark Patola, John Radcliffe, I don't know who that is, Eileen Cannon, Kash Patel. These are a couple of examples. Treasury Secretary Bill Hagerty, we can see, is on the speculative shortlist for this. There's also a lot of options as well. It seems like Mike Rogers, he has contacted House Armed Service Chair Rep. Mike Rogers of Alabama about the role. So we see that there. Energy Secretary, we see that Doug Burgum is being considered a top choice, and their state's done very well because of the energy reform. So this is very, very interesting. CIA Director, we see a couple of options here. Education Secretary Vivek Ramaswamy is on the short list for this. So they're very, very interesting. And then we see RFK Jr. is going to be playing a big role in the health policy of the administration. So we see that as well. Elon Musk will lead a government efficiency commission. So basically, Elon's going to be responsible for firing everybody who basically is taking up too much space in the government. So these are all very important picks for the president. And he has the landslide mandate to do this. It's not like before where he barely won and it's kind of like, oh, this and that. And no, he won convincingly. He won the popular vote. Take the opportunity to just do whatever you want now that you won the popular vote and the electoral college handily. That is importantly what you should be doing at this point in time if you had such a big win. And this is going to very much differ from the last administration where Trump was kind of barred from defeating the deep state due to all the neocons he had around him. But now with all these new picks, they're not all, the most favorite picks or the best, but this is definitely going to be a step up from the last administration in terms of personnel. So guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and to subscribe if you want more content just like this, and I will see you guys in the next video.